right, you guys. Okay, I forgot to tell you before Mess to start writing your questions so that I could, get started. I could look through them and start asking them. Anyway, maybe I'll just take a sip of water here. Maybe I'll just have a sip of this coffee while the comments come rolling in, okay? Okay, now that I'm not singing, I'm gonna have a little alone. Okay, you guys, let's see. We have first question coming up is from, wait, these move so fast, Marley Callahan, and she says, any upcoming acting jobs? Well, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but right now there is a SAG-AFTRA strike, and I am a member of SAG, so unfortunately, that means no auditions and no acting work right now for me as I'm on strike, because we want to make sure that we get all the things we need from those big, all the big companies. There's a lot of issues. I mean, you can go online and read about them, but there's things with AI and things like new media. A lot of the contracts that we decided on as actors were made, before streaming, and streaming has really changed how residuals and how everything gets divvied up. So we really have to take the time to make sure that we make rules that are fair. I didn't mean for this stream to be about the SAG-AFTRA strike, but anyway, that's a very short answer to what's going on. So no acting work coming up, but I will be an actor till I'm a little old lady. I always feel like that's when I'm gonna really shine. So I will be acting in the future, but I don't know when yet. Okay, next question. Let's see. Can you? Oh, you guys want to know about my poetry book? That's so great. I'm so glad that so many of you are interested in my poetry book. It's still being figured out. We had a publisher, but unfortunately had to part ways, and so that slowed down the process. Maybe some of you remember if you've been following me for a while. But yeah, so me and my friend Haley made a poetry book, and hopefully we're going to put it out this year. If we don't put it out with a publisher, we'll probably publish it on our own. So yeah, I am definitely working to make that happen very soon. Okay. The problem with the chat box is it does let me go back. Okay, good. Oh my gosh. What love advice? I like this. This is a non-performing question. What love advice would you give 2014 you? I would say to enjoy the dating process and also enjoy the time to myself. I feel like now I'm in this beautiful, wonderful relationship, and that was just but 2014 me, had a lot of, I don't even remember who I was dating in 2014. That's a hard question. Sorry, I took this question before thinking about it. I have to think back to who I was dating in 2014, or if I was dating anyone. But yeah, I would say, I know, to not waste time on people who aren't treating you kindly. I think a lot of times I wasted a little bit of time, and I would have rather spent that time with myself or with my friends, maybe hanging out with people who didn't treat me the nicest. But I also had a lot of nice, boyfriends too. Okay, I gotta move on from that question. I can't wait to meet you at Scarefest. I can't wait to meet you at Scarefest. Someone wrote, focus on music, we are here for it. Great. Yeah, so during the strike, I'm all yours. I'm just going to be making music. Okay, I'm going to go down to the bottom. Where do you start your songwriting process? This is from Persephone. I feel like I've seen Persephone on Instagram. Like I've seen that screen name before. So, okay, where do you start your songwriting process? What about when you get writer's block? That's a great question. I do have periods of time where I don't really have anything to say. And what I do during those times is I try to be really engaged in the other parts of my life. Like I'm not writing songs every single day. You know, there's sections of time where I'm really in that mode and I'm coming to my guitar or piano and really trying to write a little bit every day. And that's usually, you know, I just have this feeling, I don't know, that I should be doing that. And then there's times when I've made maybe a chunk of music or even worked on a script or something, and I can tell that my brain really needs to rest and also, you know, needs to kind of float. I need to have times when I can just kind of use my imagination and go on long walks and hang out with my friends. And it's almost like those times of not writing are ways that I fill up experiences and come up with things that will go into my writing later. I also find that reading books, watching movies always really inspires me because it kind of gives me new ideas or makes me really excited about making stuff again. So yeah, reading books, watching movies, hanging out with friends, really engaging in the other parts of my life, that really helps me with writer's block. I don't even really call it writer's block anymore. I just kind of call it like, oh, this week I'm probably not going to write much, you know? But my songwriting process starts usually with a phrase that I kind of can't get out of my head. Sometimes it starts with me just messing around on the guitar and coming up with stuff. But the ones that turn out to be really good songs or important songs to me, usually I have a little phrase that's been running around in my head, and I finally sit down and take the phrase or take the note from my journal, and I kind of build the song around that one phrase. So, for example, on B or C for Effort, there's that line, there's the line, I don't want to be his teacher, but if love is a class, he's the one that can't focus, sitting in the back, we let him out into the world despite the skills that he lacks. And that was a line in a little poem that I had quickly written down in my journal, and I thought, I'm going to use this for something. And it wasn't until, you know, a couple of months later that I sat down to build the song essentially around that phrase. Okay, that was, again, a very long answer to your, let's see. Did anything from your acting career inspire your music? Definitely. My last album, that was from James Dawson. Did anything from your acting career inspire your music? Well, my last album, The Supporting Character, the whole idea is that with calling it The Supporting Character, I'm kind of calling out to my acting career. And you can find a lot of songs in there where I'm sort of referencing it. Easy sounds like the song Easy sounds like a song that's about a relationship. Maybe, but it's actually about, auditioning and acting and sort of always being ready and willing. And I even mentioned Greenpoint Avenue. And I remember when I was living in New York, there was a casting office that was way out. I think it was way out in Greenpoint. It was way far out. You had to take like a few trains to get there. And it was like, I'll go, I'll take the whole day and go anywhere to audition for these 2 lines in a movie or whatever it was. And so you hear the places I've been because of my acting career, like Atlanta is also referenced in that song. My acting career and my life as an actor and as an artist has really influenced just so much of my music, because that's the lens with which I view the world, is as an actor. So I think it's really cool though, because every time I play a new character, or every time I have to travel someplace new for a job, then I get a whole new experience. I get to meet a whole new group of people on set, and that becomes a part of my songs. Okay, will you ever come to London? Gosh, I hope. This is a good question. It's from Charlie Quinn _ and Charlie says, I would love to know the idea behind the album cover for Swim Team. So I shot that cover with Drew Beineman, and yeah, I mean, I wanted it to be not just like standard, like I'm in swim team, like I'm swim team and I'm diving off the block. You know, we kind of wanted some other elements in there. I knew I wanted water because I just felt like water is such a big, the way certain the way certain songs sound on the record really remind me of water. There's a song called, you guys haven't heard it, so I don't know if this will be helpful, but it's basically, oh my gosh, the original title was Too Much Work or something like that, but now it has a new name. Anyway, there's definitely some references to like water in that song and in the music. So having the glass of water, and the idea was also like trying to swim in a small glass of water, and like it doesn't feel good. And so looking through the glass of water and not really being able to see things clearly. There's specifically a line in this song. I don't know why. Wait, I have it right in front of me. I can tell you the name of the song. The song is called No Man's Land. And the beginning of that song, I say I was under the water and I'm looking at you, and though my vision is blurry, you could see, like I could still see you, though my vision was blurry. So like, you know, looking through a glass of water and not quite seeing the world clearly. So there's a couple different reasons why, you know, we wanted that glass of water on there. I hope that helped. I know that was kind of a roundabout. That's actually the first time someone's asked me about that cover. But yeah, I was thinking in my head a lot about the fact that it's like a small glass of water and I'm supposed to dive in, and I don't fit here. And then also really with the eye, I was just thinking how like you're not seeing things clearly. Like though my vision is blurry, I can see certain things, and it's just not quite right. And this album is really about a breakup, and things just weren't quite right, and I just didn't fit. Okay, will you ever tour to Vancouver? I really hope so. Oh, a recent book you've read. This is a great question. I just read the best book. It's called Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. And it's funny because I'm not a gamer. I'm not super into video games, but this book is all about video games, but it just completely captured my attention, and it really made me look at video games and gaming and being a gamer and all of that in such a different way. So if you need a new book, it's really just about three friends, you know, and their love of video games and them growing up together. But that's a great book. I'm probably going to read it again. Resume chat. Oh, I think I was missing some of that. Will there be a Beth Green spinoff? I mean, I don't know. Pitch it. I'm pretty sure Beth is dead, but you never know. There won't be one during the actors' strike, that's for sure. So, let's see. Would you do a musical? This is from Gianni. I think that's right. Yes, I would love to do a musical. Who are your fave artists? Oh, I have so many favorite artists, you guys. But right now, I'm really loving this girl. I love Noah Kahan, I think, and Samia, Samia. She has a new album out, and that